outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hi everyone and welcome back. So I thought it'd be fun to only read Christmas books for 24 hours. So obviously it's Christmas season and I want to get some Christmas books read, so I thought it would be fun to do it for 24 hours. So I have a few books that I would like to get read. So there are 3 novellas, like Christmas novellas, that I would love to get to. I can't remember what they're all called, but I'll leave the pictures here. So these are the 3 novellas that I would like to get to. These might be the ones that I read first, because then obviously they're short, I can get 3 books read, you know. Those are the ones. And then the proper books I would like to read is Big Nick Energy. This is one of the main ones. I heard Larry Reed talking about it and it sounds so good, so I'm going to read this one. Then the other options are Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, Let It Snow, and /or Just Like Magic. So these are the 3 proper ones I would like to get to. Obviously I probably won't get to all of them, but hopefully I'll get to at least 2 of these, and then, or at least one of these, Big Nick Energy, and then the 3 novellas. But we'll see how far I get to. I am starting this challenge quite late, so I am starting it at 20 minutes past 10 at night. I am starting it, which means I will finish at 20 minutes past 10 tomorrow. But I think I don't know if I'll do the time method or just do it from that. I might just do it from the clock so that it doesn't stress me out too much, because I am still getting over a reading slump. So I might just try my best to do it in my own time without like worrying about time or anything. So 20 minutes past 10 to 20 minutes past 10 tomorrow night. So I'm going to start off with the novellas, I think, and then I will give you all an update when I have one. Okay, so it is a little while later now, and I have read all 3 of the novellas. There was less than 100 pages. I think there was like 77 pages each, so I thought I'll just read them all. I did write notes as I was reading it, so I'm just going to read the notes to you of what I thought of each book and then the rating. And then I wanted to actually do like a proper thing with like the actual books, so I can go into more fun detail with them. So my phone is dying, so this is why I'm struggling like this. It's literally got 1%. I think I might wait for a little to get it a bit more charged, but I will be back in a sec. Okay, so I finally got it up on my laptop instead of my phone, because my phone just doesn't want to charge. I have been having trouble with that, so I thought I'd just get up on my laptop instead. So the first novella was called The Boss Who Stole Christmas, and these were the notes that I made while I was reading that one. So I put that you get a lot in the novella, considering that it is a Christmas novella. Like, you get a lot of the story and a lot of the plot, which you don't obviously normally get in a novella, which I did actually really like. I feel like you had time to connect to the characters a little bit because you had some plot. So I did really like that, because you don't get that in novellas often. I then put, I love the town and the vibes of the book. Obviously, you don't really get much of that, but from what you do get, it was just like cozy, like Christmassy, like novella. This is definitely like good if you want that cozy vibes and cozy Christmassy town kind of thing. Some people might disagree with me, but I wasn't a huge fan of Holly, because she assumed a lot of things about Nick before they even like talked, or before she even really got to know him. And obviously that tell you a lot about a person, really. Like, if you just like look at someone and assume a lot of things about them before you even know them, I mean, that just tells you who they are. You can't assume about a person, and I just didn't like that. And I just wasn't a big fan of Holly in general. She didn't really bring much with like her personality or anything. Like, she didn't really have one, so that is what I really didn't like. Then I put Nick. I didn't mind too much, but there was not really anything special about him. So yeah, I didn't mind him. Like, he was a better character than Holly, but there wasn't really anything special to him. But obviously you don't get time to really get to know the characters because it is a novella, so I have got to keep that in mind. I didn't feel a connection between the characters. So obviously it's a novella, so you don't really have time, but because you had time for so much plot, I feel like you could have added, well, the author, I feel like there could have been added like some time for a connection to have happened first, if that makes sense. So I feel like it could have been like the amount of plot that was perfect, but then maybe add like some stuff with the characters to add a bit of connection. I don't know, I'm not a writer, but I just feel like it would have made it a little bit better where you can have time to get a connection between the characters. I just didn't feel that. I have rated it 2 stars because I did really like the vibes of the book. I did like what we got, but there was a few things I didn't like, obviously. Then second book was If You Give a Jack a Gingerbread. So there's a few notes here that I put. So I hated the main characters, especially Ginger. I could not stand her. And the plot, almost non-existent. So except for like the first one where there was a plot, the second one, there was no plot at all. Like, I don't even know what the book is about in general. Like, I kind of do, but there wasn't much of a plot. It was all just spice, could you say? There wasn't really much to it. There were a lot of things that bothered me, like how the blurb doesn't match the book and the title doesn't match the story, which is true. So the title, If You Give a Jack a Gingerbread, like, why is it called that? That has nothing to do with the book. You don't even get a mention of any of that. Does not make any sense. The blurb sounded so good. You don't get any of that in the book. I just don't get it. That could be updated. I didn't like that. It bothered me because you go into it thinking you're going to get something else. That you get something, like, receive something that you've just read the blurb and the title of, and you get something completely different and nothing to do with that. So it's a bit misleading. I didn't feel a connection between the characters. Obviously you don't have time, it's a novella, but this one, it was even worse than the first book. I was really bored through the story. I felt myself skimming most of it. So yes, it's like 70-something pages. I was skimming, and if you're skimming 70-something pages, then you know it's not good, because you should not be skimming. Nothing was really happening, was true. Like, obviously the same thing with no plot. Nothing was happening. Like, that is why I was so bored, because honestly, I don't actually see the point in this book existing, and that is probably so harsh to say, but it's true. It was too insta-lovey for me, so obviously I don't mind a little bit of insta-love. Like, it doesn't really bother me, as long as you get that connection between the characters and a reason for why it's such an insta-lovey, that's fine. This one, too insta-lovey for me. Like, literally, I want to say like 5, maybe 10 pages in, things are already happening, and you're like, you don't even know each other. Like, how is this already happening? How do you fall in love so fast? Yes, they fell in love so fast. How do you become so obsessed with someone or fall in love with someone so quickly? Literally what happened is they met, they was in love. They met and they was in love. How does that happen? Literally, I don't get it. I did rate it 1.25 stars though, because originally I did rate this 1 star, but then I read the third book and I decided to give it a little bit more, so 1.25, because I liked it better than the third one. And this is why. So the third one is called The One Night Stand Before Christmas. I didn't write much about this one. There's literally 2 points, but this one I did rate 1 star. So the idea for this book was okay, but it was rushed and definitely too short. So I like the idea of it. I like the synopsis. It did sound good. It was definitely rushed. I felt like so much more could have been done with this book if it was a bit longer. And that's why it was definitely too short, because so much more could have happened with this. There, but this book shows Noelle and Teddy meeting with a misunderstanding, and the way it was solved was a bit too quick. Then there's an epilogue showing them a year later. This whole book was too short, or prologue before the full story came out. There was no relationship development, the side characters were transparent, and there wasn't really a plot. So I didn't feel a connection between the characters, didn't like the characters at all. I don't feel like there was much to the characters. There wasn't a plot at all. There was literally nothing. I feel like I was just reading about 2 characters that had nothing to them. So that is why it was 1 star. I feel like so much could have been done with this book, but it wasn't, because it was a novella. But, you know, it don't matter. So that is those books for now. I might read some more tomorrow, but that is it for tonight. So I'll be back with you all soon. I thought I'd do a quick update. I am 60% into Big Nick Energy and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'll talk about it more later, but it's so good. I am really enjoying it. At the beginning it felt like a 5-star read, but now it feels like more like a 4.5, maybe 4.75 star. I don't know, but I am going to read some more and then I'll go into more detail of my thoughts. Okay, so I thought I would do a quick update because I've read quite a few. I just haven't been able to update. So I did end up finishing Big Nick Energy and I decided to rate it 4.5 stars. I actually really enjoyed my time reading this. It was so fun and it was so cute the way he would like the things for the kids, and then he, you know, had like that bond with them and stuff. I just found it rather quite quick, the way he was like, I want to make her mine, like really fast. And his pet name for her really cringed me out. It just took me out the story every time. So that is why it got knocked down, for those two reasons. Then I ended up I read You Can't Ruin Christmas and All I Want for Christmas Eve, and I rated both of them 1 star. The storyline I didn't like. It was too insta-lovey. The plot I didn't like. The characters I didn't like. Just nothing about it I liked. I just did not enjoy my time looking if they were novellas. Then next I read All I Want for Christmas by Nora Roberts. This one I rated 1 star. This person wasn't for me, and I've heard good things about Nora Roberts, so I'm not going to let this one experience put it down, but I just didn't enjoy this one. Also, I just want to quickly talk about the fact that I got a Kindle. My dad got me a Kindle for Christmas and he gave me a, but I love this so much. I used to use an Amazon Fire, which I used to call the Kindle, as I've explained before here, because I only used it for books with the Kindle app. But it was an Amazon Fire, and I love that. That is also something my dad got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. I do still love that, but this is just so much easier and lighter to like carry and stuff. I just absolutely love it, and I understand the hype about the Kindle now. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I absolutely love it, and I am going to get like bookish stickers and stuff and decorate it. Hopefully I can do that in one of the Christmas videos, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, so those are the books. I'm not sure what else I'm going to read, or if I will read anything. I might just read one more book in this video because I don't know how long it is actually. So it's either going to be Wreck the Halls, Just Like Magic, or Let It Snow. But I'm going to see what I feel, and I'll be back with you all maybe tomorrow. Okay, so it is the next day, and I've decided to just end it here because I realised this is like a 24-hour reading vlog, and I've done the 24 hours. I was just trying to do more. So I am going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow for another BOOKMAS vlog. Bye.